Zero gains at 25 is actually the best position you can be in. At 25, your testosterone is still near peak. Your joints have not logged decades of wear. Your nervous system adapts fast. Your body is a loaded spring and nobody ever told you how to release it. After 30, that window starts closing. About 1% of testosterone per year confirmed by the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology. Not a cliff, a slope. And the slope is real. So here's the exact playbook. No supplements, first nonsense, no bro science. The stuff that actually moves the needle in the order it actually matters. 90% of guys starting out get the first part completely wrong. They walk into the gym, do a few curls, some cable flies, a machine chest press, and wonder why 6 months later they look exactly the same. The answer is brutal. Isolation work on a body with no base is like decorating a house that has not been framed yet. You need compound lifts, squat, deadlift, bench press, overhead press, barbell row. A 2005 study by Kramer and Radames in Sports Medicine confirmed that multi-joint compound exercises produce the greatest acute hormonal response. More testosterone, more growth hormone, more of the biological signal that tells your body to build. Your body does not care about the pump. It responds to mechanical tension and metabolic stress. Compound lifts deliver both across the most muscle mass in the least time. You will be bad at these lifts for a while. Your squat will look like you are searching for a chair that is not there. That is fine. Learn them with light weight. Because here's what happens when you do. Your nervous system adapts first. Before your muscles even grow, your brain gets better at recruiting muscle fibers. That is why beginners get stronger in the first 8 to 12 weeks, before visible size even shows up. Neuromuscular adaptation. It is the foundation everything else is built on. 3 to 4 days a week. Built around those 5 movements. Everything else is secondary. This is the most important concept in resistance training and the most ignored. Progressive overload means your body must be asked to do more over time than it did before. More weight, more reps, more sets. If you lifted 135 on the bench last week and 135 this week and 135 next week, you are not training. You are maintaining. Oh, there is a difference. Brad Schoenfeld's research in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research is clear. Progressive overload is the primary mechanical driver of hypertrophy. Not the pump. Not the soreness. The progressive demand placed on the muscle over time. For a beginner, the simplest version is linear progression. Add 5 pounds to the bar every single session. Sounds too simple. Works for months. When you can no longer add weight every session, shift to weekly progression. When that stalls, periodize. But at 0 gains, you do not need to think about periodization. You need to add weight to the bar and track it. Write it down. Use an app. Use a napkin. If you do not track your lifts, you are flying blind, and you will spin your wheels for years wondering why nothing is changing. Old school bodybuilding told you to train chest on Monday and leave it alone until next Monday. One muscle group, once a week, destroy it. Recover. A 2016 meta-analysis by Schoenfeld looked at 10 studies comparing training frequency and found that training a muscle group twice per week produced significantly greater hypertrophy than once per week. The reason is protein synthesis. After you train a muscle, protein synthesis elevates for roughly 24 to 48 hours. Then it returns to baseline. Train once a week and you get 1 protein synthesis spike. Train twice and you get 2. More frequent stimulus, more total growth signal. Same logic, different math. An upper-lower split 4 days a week is the most efficient structure for a guy starting from 0. Upper body Monday and Thursday. Lower body Tuesday and Friday. Every muscle hits twice a week. Built-in recovery days. No 3-hour sessions. You cannot build muscle in a caloric deficit. That is not an opinion. That is thermodynamics. A 2020 review by Barakat and colleagues found that a modest caloric surplus of 200 to 300 calories per day above maintenance is sufficient for lean muscle gain in most natural lifters. More than that, and you are adding fat. Your body weight in pounds multiplied by 15 is a reasonable maintenance estimate for a moderately active man. Add 200 to 300 on top. That is your target. Now, protein. A 2018 meta-analysis in the British Journal of Sports Medicine analyzed 49 studies and over 1,800 participants. Muscle protein synthesis is maximized at approximately zero point 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight per day. Some push to 1 gram as a buffer. Going higher does not add benefit. It just adds expensive calories. For a 180-pound man, that is 126 to 180 grams of protein per day. Chicken, eggs, beef, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, protein shakes if needed. Hit the number. The source matters less than the total. Carbohydrates are your training fuel. Do not cut them. Your muscles run on glycogen. Go into the gym depleted and your performance suffers. Progressive overload stalls and gains stall with it. The majority of growth hormone release happens during slow-wave sleep. Van Coder and colleagues confirmed this in the journal Sleep in 2000. Not new information. Or consistently ignored. Growth hormone drives tissue repair and muscle protein synthesis overnight. If you are sleeping 5 or 6 hours, you are cutting off the primary recovery window your body has. You are training hard, eating right, and voluntarily sabotaging the process every single night. 7 to 9 hours, not as a luxury, as a training variable, and alcohol. A 2013 study by Vingren and colleagues showed that alcohol post-exercise suppresses testosterone and directly inhibits muscle protein synthesis. A few beers after a hard session does not just slow your gains, it actively works against them. Not telling you to never drink, telling you to understand the trade-off you are making when you do. The supplement industry is a $50 billion machine designed to separate you from your money. Pre-workouts, BCAAs, testosterone boosters, fat burners. Most of it is expensive noise. The International Society of Sports Nutrition has reviewed the evidence. One supplement consistently shows up as genuinely effective: creatine monohydrate, not creatine HCl, not the fancy branded version that costs 4 times as much. Plain creatine monohydrate, 3 to 5 grams per day, every day. It increases phosphocreatine stores in your muscles, allowing more ATP production during high-intensity efforts, more reps, more weight, more progressive overload over time. Most studied supplement in sports science, safe, cheap, works. Protein powder is just food in powder form. Convenient, not magic. Caffeine improves performance acutely. Vitamin D if you are deficient. That is the honest list. Do not spend $200 a month on a supplement stack while still eating fast food 3 times a week. Fix the fundamentals first. Overtraining. Not the kind where your body physically breaks down. The kind where you are doing too much too soon with not enough recovery and progress just stops. Cortisol is your primary stress hormone. Short-term, it is part of the training response. Chronically elevated, documented in a 2017 study by Kadigiani and Cater in BMC Sports Science, it directly suppresses testosterone and impairs muscle protein synthesis. If you are training 6 or 7 days a week, sleeping 6 hours, stressed at work, and wondering why you're not growing, your cortisol is eating your gains. More is not always more. Recovery is where the adaptation happens. The gym is the stimulus. Every 4 to 8 weeks, take a deload week. Drop the weight by 40 to 50%. Keep the movement patterns, let your joints and nervous system recover. You will come back stronger. Every time. For a natural beginner, the research consistently points to 1 to 2 pounds of actual muscle per month in the first year under good conditions. Consistent training, adequate protein, sufficient sleep, a caloric surplus. In year 1, that is 12 to 20 pounds of muscle. The difference between looking like you have never trained and looking like you clearly have. Year 2 slows. Year 3 slows more. But year 1, done right, is the most productive year of your entire lifting career. At 25, with 0 gains, you have that entire year ahead of you. The beginner gains window is open. The hormonal environment is favorable. The only thing standing between you and a completely different body in 12 months is consistency and the willingness to do the boring, unglamorous, proven work. Compound lifts, progressive overload, twice-a-week frequency, slight caloric surplus, enough protein, enough sleep. Creatine, deload when needed, track everything. That is the whole playbook. No shortcuts, no secret program, no magic supplement, just the work. Now you have the full framework. But the framework only works if your body is actually recovering between sessions. And most guys have no idea that one of the biggest recovery variables has nothing to do with the gym at all. I broke down exactly what happens to your body during recovery and what you can do to accelerate it in the next video. If you skip that piece, you are leaving gains on the table every single week. Go watch it and subscribe if you want to keep building. No filler, just the stuff that actually works.